All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome, friends. Glad to be with you guys here for our Monday night Ask Me Anything session. But guess what? It's not Monday night, it's Tuesday night. Why Tuesday night, you ask? Well, because yesterday was a holiday. It was Memorial Day. I recognize that freedom is not free. And ergo, we have Memorial Day to celebrate the memory of those who gave everything so that we could have this freedom, and for that we are grateful. But let me make sure that I get this off to several folks. Let's see. Let me share this. Copy this. Okay. And I'll put this over on my Grow with Ben site to make sure that people know. All right. Let's see. I'm on YouTube. Let's see. Where do we go? Go live. Let's see where it's just okay. Come join me on YouTube or ask me anything. There's the link. All right, there we go. There we go. We're good to go. All right. All right, good, good, good. All right, so welcome. You guys can hear me and see me in the chat. Let me know. We're going to get started here. Who we got here? We got Alexi. Good evening, sir. We got Steve Yetman. To you, sir. Glad to be with you. We are doing what we typically do on a Monday night. We're just doing it on a Tuesday night. It's the Ask Me Anything session. We've had a day of the market open thus far. And we are, waiting to see kind of, what the market wants to do. We got B Frank. What's up, B Frank? Good AI, good long in options. Ben, Steve says, I'm not sure what that means, Steve. Try and ask it another way. What we do here on a Monday night, now on Tuesday night, because we had Memorial Day weekend, is we do the Ask Me Anything session, right? Which is essentially a place, a time, a way, for you all to kind of really just kind of save your questions from the week every couple weeks and be like, hey, Ben, what do you think? What about this? What about that? What about whatever? Right? So that's what Monday nights is all about. And I am here to help, serve, and guide as best we can. Stay. I don't know what that means. Stay from RB. Steve Yetman. Stay from RB. Do you like AI as a long and options? Yes, Steve, I do. I do like AI. I'm a fan. I'm a big, big fan. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. So we got about 20 folks or so online. Every single time we get together for Ask Me Anything, I always like to start with an observation. So let me talk about this for a second. I was on a plane on Thursday and a plane on Monday, getting back from New England. I mentioned that to some of you guys that I had to go back to New England for my mother-in-law's funeral. It was a pretty tough weekend in general. But that said, what I noticed both times? I'm curious what you guys experience about this. Just human beings, general, right? Complainers. The folks that complain. Like, I get that complaining is a thing. But like the woman next to me, not next to me, next to my wife, is myself, my wife, and then this woman. Like, what does complaining do? Doesn't change the situation. Doesn't change what the pilots can and can't do. Doesn't change what the stewardesses can and can't do. Like, so help me understand this, friends. In the chat, I'm trying to understand the complainers. Does it make you feel better? Like to get a pound of verbal flesh? That's what I don't really understand is the complaining about the thing that doesn't change anything. It's kind of like the parents I'm with at basketball tournaments where they don't like the refs. They're complaining about the refs. What do you think the ref's going to do? Oh, my bad. Give you the call. You know, you complain at the restaurant like, oh, your food's terrible. Like, what, you're trying to get like a free meal or something? I just, help me understand, friends. Help me understand complaining. I just don't generally get it. Do you know anybody that complains and they can explain to you a reason why and why it makes sense? I would love to hear this. Love to. Anybody, you got something for me? What do you think, Steve, Wilson, Darnell, Darlene, Tracy, B. Frank, Alexi? I don't get it. Help me understand. We're going to we're going to talk about the markets here in a second. We're going to talk about all the things we look at here. But I always like to start off with a provoking question in our time here together. And I'm really trying to understand. Like, I want to understand, folks that are complainers. But I just don't get it. Anybody here on the chat used to be complainers? You're a reformed complainer. You're like, yeah, I did it, but I don't anymore, and this is why. Oh yeah, Tracy is like, I'm at the airport right now. There's delays. It's rampant with complaints. It's like, hey, all of us have a different world in our heads. Some people feel better venting, some feeling petty, some feeling heard. Okay, Jag, I appreciate that. That's a good compliment. It's an excuse to vent when you're aggravated about something. All right. I tried the price action and laugh all day. Not sure what that means, Steve Yetman. Some random comments from you. I closed 2 green trades today. No complaints here. Wilson, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll take it. So what I'm hearing about complaining is that people like to vent and it makes them feel better. Okay. All right. I can take it. I can accept that. That's all right. That's all right by me. Right. I'm not saying I'll do it or it's okay. I'm just saying I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. So let's do this. Ask me, what? Sorry, I gotta. Let's do this. Come on. What? Let me sign in. What the heck? I'll do this. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. All right, we're here. Let's get into it. AI. Steve, you got some random comments for me, Steve. Ask me anything. Session 526, 26, and let's get into it, friends. Let's take a look. Let's see what questions you guys have for me here on the Ask Me Anything session. I want to be as helpful as I can this evening, and so let's dive into this and let's take a look together. All right. Do I think the quantum run is finished or keep going like QBT and RGTI? Good question. 1010101010. All right, it's a good one. I'll answer that one. All right, options question. I don't do it anymore, Steve. Pretty sure that I do, Steve Yetman. Pretty sure that I do. I do. When the Omen alerts are posted daily, can they carry over for the week? Well, Crystal, that is a very specific question to my my services, and I will put that down at the bottom. See if we get to that. People don't have my services here. I don't want to. All right. Thanks for taking time tonight. Where's your Apple reentries? That is a good question. I'll talk about the Apple trade today. Still waiting on NVIDIA to finish dropping. How do you handle large spreads in option prices? A good question. These are good questions. Random questions are hard. These are good questions. All right. Feelings on RWD. Iris does not like it, but it's running the past couple days. Well, be frank. I can talk about that, and I will be frank. See what I did there? Okay. Good. All right. What else you guys got? Let's go for 2 more questions. 2 more questions. What do you guys got for me? All right. Given the leverage nature of options, what position sizing generally would you say for a position? Say if a normal equity position would be 1 to 2% account size, how much for an options play? Well, that's an interesting one. I will, Crystal. Don't you worry. And then what's your favorite stock for the rest of the year? Ooh, Damian Werner. Good. That, my friend, is good question. Okay, we got our 7. We got our 7 up questions, right? Let's do this. And if there's more that come through, we'll handle those. Oh, nice. How do you stack buys on TOS? Pretty simple. I will put that in there. It'll be pretty quick. Okay. All right, let's go through these one by one. We'll do the easiest first. All right. Guess his favorite is SOXL. Alexi, SOXL is crushing it right now. I got into this thing at 7. It's over $200. I got a 2,000+% return on SOXL in just one account. Craziness. All right. Let me talk you through it. Okay. Do you think Quantum Run is finished or is it still alive? Here is my answer. Still alive, right? Very much still alive. Very much. Why? Why do you think the Quantum Run is still alive? Bueller. Why? What do you guys think? Why would the Quantum Run, given these names, still be alive? Trey says, good question. Trump, yes. Government investment. They're getting in now, right? That's one reason. Trump, government investment. Okay. They're not dumb. That's one reason, right? What's the second reason? AI is the second reason, right? AI is the second reason. 2. And then the final one is because we are just getting started with quantum compute. Now, here's the thing that I know about quantum compute. What's up, Brian Jefferson? How you doing, my friend? Here's the thing about quantum compute. If I asked you to explain AI to me, or if I asked the general public to explain AI to me, what percentage of the general public do you think could explain AI in a paragraph or less? Give me a percentage. What do you think? The general public only. Okay. So Jag has very little confidence in the general public. Says 1%. Tracy says 25%. Let's be generous and let's say 25% of the public could explain AI in less than a paragraph. Okay. What percentage of the public do you think could explain what quantum computing is? If we're going to go so far as to say 25% could explain AI, what percentage do you think could explain quantum computing? Put QC and then give me a percentage. Yeah, I would argue less than 1%. So that's why I think we're just getting started with quantum computing. Most don't even know what this is. but it's coming. And if it wasn't coming, why would the government invest in it? So that's why. Very much alive. Now let's look at some of these names. Okay. Let's look at QBTS. We got the news about Trump, investment, Yahtzee, 26 bucks. Day 2, Booyakasha, 32 bucks. Now we get this sideways. I'd like to see it pull back into the 25 mark here. That's where I'm putting my alert. But I like QBTS. Yep. I think 25 is key psych level, at or below. That's what I like. All right. What about RGTI? Same deal. Yahtzee, gap up, Yahtzee, right? Up to 28. Dang, Gina, that's a lot. And here's Johnny. Inside day here on the candle. I would love to see this thing come back down to the 23 area for me to potentially get a longer term position. But I told you guys, like I said before, Trump's in Intel, I'm in Intel. Trump gets in these boys, I'm in these boys. All right, that's what I'm looking at or below. Okay, let's keep it moving. When the Omen alerts are posted daily, can they carry over for the week? Yes. If the name has not yet moved up to first target or not broken below stop. Yeah. Sometimes we're just waiting. We post these ideas in the watch list for Omen in the morning, and we're just waiting. That's what we're doing. Sorry, my kids are asking for more screen time because they're home from school. It's the summer, hooray, right? And that's what they do. They hit me up for screen time all day long. And I love them for it. I love them. Thanks for taking time. Where's your re-entry on Apple? Let's talk about Apple for a second. Here's Apple. I want to see Apple come back down here and test 303. That's what I want to see. Now, today we got the double top. All right, we got the bop, double top, and we closed here at about, I really wanted to see it hold 309. Like that was the hope that it wouldn't go like green to red. It went green to red. And I would love to see it. My reentry is here about 306.40. I'm sorry, scratch that. About 306, 303. Those are my two. 306 and 303. Those are my re-entries. So for Apple, daily chart would be 306 and 303. Hourly chart, $306.40. Yeah, I want to see it back down here or back above 311. Okay. How do I handle large spreads in options prices, right? If the spread is wider than 20% of the ask, I just don't take it. Now, generally, I don't want it to be more than 10%, but I'll say 20% for this. Okay, so for example, I just don't take it, or I wait for a pullback to the entry, to the bid. So if bid is $1 and ask is $1.20, then this is too wide for me. I'll either not take it or have a a buy in at the $1 mark, which is the bid, right? I'm not going to pay up. That's it. I'm not going to pay up. Okay. Will the call date change for Apple based on the pullback? What call date? You're talking about the one in Omen today, Crystal? It may change. It may. Depends on what else I see on the scanner. All right. Okay. Feelings on RDW. Iris does not like it, but it's running for the past couple days. RDW. Oh, yeah. July 1. Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's no problem there. RDW. Redwire Corp. But guess what? Iris doesn't like it. Well, there's a lot of reasons why Iris. For anyone who doesn't know what Iris is an AI service that I'm an analyst in, where we're finding breakout names. This thing is breaking out, pushing higher, looking good. Had a really nice sideways move here on the hourly and the daily. We look at this thing here on the daily. What do we see? Right? It popped, dropped sideways, popped, dropped sideways, and then bam, doubled. RDW. Okay. Really nice. Really nice. Right here, the point of control. Nice push. But why does it not like it? Maybe it's in a sector that it doesn't like, right? Lots of things that Iris can flag and say, no, I don't like it. Not too much. And if you look at the Iris report, it'll tell you why. Okay. So do I like it? What's my feelings on RDW? I like the breakout. I liked it back at $10. I think it's at resistance here above 23. Sorry, above 24. This thing could go, right? It's at resistance at 23. Above 25, it could really go. I'd like a pullback to 13. Excuse me, not 13. To 1450. Or a 23 breakout and retest. That's what I like to see. Okay. Given the leveraged nature of options, what position sizing generally would you say for a position? I generally say 1 to 5%. Right? But that's not all at once, right? I tend to go 1 to 1.5% at the 8 EMA, 1 to 1.5% at the 21 EMA, and then 2 to 3% near the 34 EMA. Because my stop is right below that, right? So if a normal equity position would be 1 to 2% of the account, how much would an options play be? Again, up to 5%. But I'm not risking the whole 5%. Because more than half of that position has a tight stop. All right. Hope that's helpful. Okay. All right. What's your favorite stock for the rest of the year? And then how do you stack buys on Thinkorswim? I will save my thoughts on my favorite stock for the rest of the year for probably the end. All right. And I'm going to talk for a second about how I stack buys on Thinkorswim. Okay. So I've got several buys stacked on Thinkorswim today. A couple buys I got stacked on Thinkorswim is here. That was weird. So here, example. So you can stack buys on Thinkorswim by simply having different expiration dates based on the movement of the same name on different time frames, right? So what does that mean? What do I mean by that? Well, like example, today, Amazon, right? There is the Amazon June. Where is it? June 16. Sorry, excuse me. June 18. 270 calls. Amazon July 17. 290 calls. And then the Amazon August 21, 280 calls. Okay. So you can stack all these. You just put on different, expiration dates, different strike prices based on what you see in the smart money and kind of what you're thinking. And so for me, why would I put all these on for Amazon? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but Amazon pulled back to the 21 today, like right here, to this level of about 262, and just a beautiful level, right in line with the 21. All right, and so yeah, bounced right off the 21, exactly what it's supposed to do, right? That's what it's supposed to do. And so I had some of these trades sitting here waiting. Now, if this thing were to break, did I put a full port position into this? Of course not. Of course I didn't, right? But I'm really liking what this is doing. It popped, it dropped, it's coming back down into the cloud. It's compressing. If this thing gets back above 270, I think it pushes back up to 280, maybe higher, right? I just like what it's doing. I want to give it some time to do it. And that's how I would stack multiple positions. Now, the question you're asking me is this: what is my favorite stock the rest of the year? Well, I'll tell you what, I will answer that question, but I want to also ask you, what is your favorite stock the rest of the year? What is the stock that you like the rest of the year? I want you to think a little bit, right? What's the stock that you like that you would put up the rest of the year and say, yeah, that one, that's the one. Okay. So, all right. The crowd's faves: Tesla, NVIDIA. Yeah. MU's been a beast. What else? What else? Rocket Labs, RKLB, Cisco, ASTS, APLD. Anything else? Anything? We got 6 there. Let's get a 7th one to review, and I'll go through them and I'll talk about them all. Can't go wrong with any of the AI names. True story. True story. Okay, Hood. All right. I dig it. I can dig it. Now, let me talk to you guys about this for a second. All right, let's go through these names. Tesla. Do I like it for the rest of the year? I certainly do like it. Is it my favorite for the rest of the year? If it got back down to 400, it might be, right? But I mean, it's hard to get a tremendous amount of appreciation. We're talking about the rest of the year, and it's not even June yet. I got to talk about this. if Tesla gets above 500, this thing will be bonkers. Okay, so I do like Tesla, but probably not my favorite for the rest of the year. Let's look at Nvidia. Is that my favorite for the rest of the year? Yeah, not especially. I'll tell you this much though. Let me do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let me say this. I do like it back down here. This was the level 212. We were back at 212 today. Look gorgeous, like a bacon egg sandwich. Look nice, right? I did like it back here. This 212 mark, and that mark has been the mark, right? 212. So create your alert on that one. Just a heads up, at or below 212. Bang bang. My favorite, probably not my favorite, right? Let's keep looking. Cisco, bom, 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 bom. Cisco, gone. She gone. Not chasing. My favorite for the year? Nah, already gone. ASTS, Space Mobile Inc. It's interesting. I like it. Is it my favorite for the year? No, but it looks good. I like it. I think any breakouts of 130 are playable. APLD. Also nice. Not my favorite. Nope, not my favorite. And then Hood. Where the Hood at? What do I think about Hood? Still not my favorite. And I can't say it's my favorite because for me, I just don't like Robinhood, right? I don't like Robinhood as a company in general. And so it's hard for me to say that they're my favorite. That's a real struggle for me in general. Does the chart look okay? Yeah. I mean, it looked really good on that pullback there to 60, 65. Nice bounce up there to 92, falling back down again here. Not my favorite. What was the other one you had mentioned? RKLB, Rocket Labs. Ooh, it's a lady. I am a fan of RKLB, right? I bought this thing for my nephew back at $20 for his. I manage my nephew's account. That's what I do for my nephews. I start an account for them at their high school graduation, and then we go from there. All right, we go from there. Here is a name, a couple names I like. Are they my favorite or not? I am liking Amazon on the weekly. I am. It's my favorite. I don't know it's my favorite, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. And here's why. If you go on like the monthly, okay, we're in this like up, sideways, sideways, sideways into February 2020. Bang. Up here, up, sideways, 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 drop. Right back we were, hard bounce, 23, back up again, okay? And we're in this kind of flag area right here, which I could see. Look at this. We're in compression on a monthly flag. If this monthly flag were to break and go higher, it could be bananas, right? BANANAS. It could be bananas. And so I do like that in general where it's at. So I would say my probably top three. In no particular order. Amazon, bull flag, monthly compression. That's one. All right. That's one. All right. The other one I want to bring to you guys here on the daily chart, because I just like how it's looking. It's also compression here on the daily, Amazon, multiple compressions. MSoft. Now let's look at MSoft here for a second. MSoft down here at 416. We dropped from October, double top, 555, and we got this downward trend line right here. So if this thing can break this downward trend line and go, I think the next stop is 460, and then upwards here of 507. So I find Microsoft right here to be very, very interesting. I'm going to say MSoft, bull flag on daily compression needs to break downward trend line, right? I like that. Okay. All right. So, well, I'm getting there, steel stocks, right? And then I want to look for opportunity, names that I think have real opportunity to kind of show up, show out, because they're beaten down. I like to find the beaten down names, names that just got took out back and just whooped up on. That's what I'm looking for, right? That's what I'm trying to find. So let me do this. Okay. All right. That's what I'm looking for. So let's look at some of these. First off is Hims. Interesting here for Hims. This thing was up at 70 bucks and now, down at 23. Could Hims make its way back up? I think there's possibility. I think QCOM is interesting, right? It's got that double pop breakout there. Looked gorgeous. But really what's interesting is some of the names like Snowflake, right? On that turn. Think about Snowflake. 280 is where we saw this past year. It could, could it almost double from here? Certainly could. I like Snowflake. I like Now, ServiceNow. This thing was $211. And if you look at ServiceNow and the cash that they just continue to make looks amazing, right? They just keep printing money. ServiceNow, everything is chock full of that. So I do like ServiceNow only because the risk reward. And then there is CRM, Salesforce. Again, look at this sucker down here. All right, look at it down here. Right, CRM down here has gotten beat the heck up. And I like it because it's got a great risk reward. And this thing could get back up, and I think from this 180 level, certainly double. If you look at it here on the weekly chart, again, this was think about this. Back before the beginning of 2025, this is $370 a share. Holy cow, right? Crazy, just crazy. But now we're down, right? And can this thing turn and get back up there? I think so. So I'm going to go Salesforce, CRM. That is the one for a beatdown that I think is interesting. Okay. And that is CRM. Why? Because good risk reward, right? Stop below 160 and or breakout above. This thing just keeps riding the weekly here, the weekly 13, breaking above 185 for a push higher. I do like it because it's been beaten down. Now you say, what about IBM? Okay, these names, IBM. Yeah, IBM's nice. It's good. I do like it. And can it do well? Yeah, but it's a $250 name. If it pushes to 324, then what does that get you? That gets you 30% cool, but not like blow your hair back. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have that. So here's what I'll say. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. Let me give you one more name I want to bring before you guys I find to be interesting. Let me give you one more, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Say Ford is interesting. You like Ford, huh? Let me bring this name to you. My research. I was sitting here looking at my research. Perusing my names. Give me a moment, please. CLSK. CleanSpark. CleanSpark. This one seems interesting to me. Why? Look at it on the weekly chart. Pop, and now we're in this range. If you look at this thing on the monthly chart, okay, I mean, right now we're at this thing was at $1.50 at one point. $1.50. Oh, that's awesome, Jonathan Coons. I'm pumped for you, brother. $1.50. And look at this right here. We are on this downward trend line. Do you see? And if we can get above, if CLSK on the monthly can get above 18, oh wait. So here's the trade idea I'm going to give you guys. Right? But my fave is CLSK, and that is for the December 18 $22 calls. December 18 $22 calls. All right. Looking for a break of 18 or stop below I'm gonna have to say stop below 1350. All right, that's what I got for you, friends. All right, so it's 8:40. We've got all these questions answered. I talked to you guys about how to stack trades. I give you some of my favorite names. Let's go through and highlight some of these. All right. What else? I talked about, yep, those are some of the best names I like. Talk about position sizing. We talked about RDW and its breakout. We talked about large spread options, how to handle that. We talked about reentries on Apple, both the daily and the hourly chart. We talked about quantum computing, Trump, and the run on that. So, friends, here's what I'm gonna do before I go. Let me do this. Let me put this into a notes for you guys, so you can have those. We can save those notes, right? Oh, copy that. Copy that. Let me get to it. All right, hold on a tick. I gotta get my notes for you guys. It's not letting me sign into anything else. So annoying. Let me try this. Okay, new incognito tab. Maybe that'll work. Google, okay, and sign in. And let's get to it. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's get this up, and I'm gonna drop you guys the link to the notes. That way you guys have them. Here it is. 5/26/26. Ask me anything session. All right, there it is. Cool. Let me share it. Great. Great. Here it is in the chat. Okay. All right. Here is a link to my notes. Right? If you want more sessions like this or more insights from me, check me out on growwithben.com. All right, cool. You guys can sign up for there for free. We'll have different ideas there. This morning, I gave an idea in MU. Who's around this morning when I gave you guys that MU $900 calls and talked about that this morning before the market opened? I think it was a beast. It was a beast. This thing was crushing. All right. And I'm liking me some CLSK here, especially if CLSK can get above, create that alert above that that mark there. Yeah, 18. Oh, that'll be killer. It'll be killer. All right, and that's for the December 18 $22 calls. Cool. All right, all right, all right. Oh, nice. Good job. Sonier Jeans. Good. Okay, friends, that's what I got for you. Hope you guys have a great evening. It's 8:45. I'm going to go see a guy about a horse. But for those of you who are in my services, I will see you tomorrow. For those who aren't, come check me out with Grow with Ben. We're going to have more and more stuff in there for y'all over the coming days and weeks. And I'm actually going to go post something in there right now. So friends, be good to others. And I'll look forward to doing this again with y'all real soon. Till then, take care. See ya.